Smart people give good answers, but the most impactful people, they ask great questions. A single question, asked at the right moment, can change your career, deepen a relationship, or even flip your whole perspective. And yet, most of us spend our lives chasing the right answers rather than crafting the right questions. That all ends here. Hi, I'm Nicholas Belvo, and I've become fascinated with questions, how they shape our thinking, our communication, and for our personal growth. This series is about learning to ask better questions, because even though it's such a crucial skill, it's rarely taught. Think about it. In school, it's generally about having all the right answers. Exams, quizzes, tests, answers. But what if what truly matters is asking the right question? There's a lot to unpack here, and I hope you'll follow along as we learn together. So, why I believe questions are more important than answers. There's really three things, but the first, questions are like a golden key. They can open virtually any door. We live in an age of infinite information, but if you can't ask the right question, you'll never access what you need. Take ChatGPT, for example. You can learn just about anything, but only if you type in the right prompt. In a conversation with a loved one, you might stay on the surface unless you ask the right question to get to the heart of how they're feeling. In sales, a single question can be the difference between closing the deal or losing it. As a leader, asking the right question can mean steering your company towards sustainable growth or towards bankruptcy. Asking yourself the right question might lead you to your full potential or keep you stuck in place. Don't get me wrong, answers are still important, but the right questions is the only way to get the right answer. On top of that, questions expand thinking. Answers end it. I really like how the author Stuart Firestein put it. One good question can give rise to several layers of answers, can inspire decades-long searches, generate whole new fields of inquiry, and prompt changes in entrenched thinking. Answers, on the other hand, often end the process. Answers are valuable, but too often we over-prioritize them. Our modern world and every great scientific leap that helped us get to where we are today, from gravity to genetics, started with someone challenging an assumption or asking something no one else to think before. Without a question, there's no hypothesis, no experiment, and no discovery. Without a question, there's no science. The third and final reason why I believe questions are more important than answers is because answers are temporary. What's true today may not be true tomorrow. Answers evolve in time, but a great question, that stays relevant forever. For centuries, the answer to what is everything made of was earth, air, fire, water, the four elements. Later, we discovered atoms, then subatomic particles, now quarks, strings, and dark matter. The answers keep changing. But the question, what is everything made of, remains one of the most foundational questions ever asked in science. That's the power of a great question. It outlives the answer. I've come to appreciate this and questions overall in my own way. For over a decade now, on every birthday, I set goals for myself for the year, for the next 10 years, and for life. But to do that, I have to ask myself a question. What do I want? Where can I have the most impact? What should I prioritize? How can I push myself? These goals are built on great questions. And that main question, what vision do I have for myself, has stayed relevant even as my answers have evolved over the years. More recently, when interviewing someone at an event or chatting with a friend or family member, I found that the quality of conversation is directly tied to the quality of questions I ask. Sometimes you could prepare your questions in advance, let's say when I'm hosting an event on stage, but other times it's in the middle of a conversation with a family member that you need to come up with the question. Either way, the right question makes all the difference. Okay, so I hope that convinced you that questions are more important than answers, and that my arguments and excitement around this has marked your curiosity too. So, what could you expect from this series? I'll be posting short, practical videos with tips on how to ask better questions, and inspiration for you to build your own question toolkit too. We'll look at the questions we ask ourselves and the questions we ask others. We'll explore what makes a great question, how to come up with them. We'll discuss critical thinking, emotional intelligence, leadership, creativity, and so much more. If this resonates with you, hit that subscribe button, and I'm really excited to explore all of this with all of you. I don't have all the answers, but what I do have is a long list of questions. To wrap this up in the most fitting way possible, what's one question you've asked or have been asked that most impacted your life? Drop it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.